Hey, this is Stacia, and I'm going to show you my round one game from Parma on October 18th, 2022. So I played Wisla Sachevsky, and he's a 1900 player. And okay, I had a good night, but this game, this is terrible. So let's see. Let's look at this. Okay. Okay, I'm embarrassed, obviously. Okay, so he went d4, d5, and knight d2. Now, knight d2 is just such a weird move. But I was figuring, okay, he wants to play c4 or e4. And I think the best way to punish this move, if you're going to punish it, is to just play normal and just develop and play in the center. So I think c5 is a good move here. Knight f6, like I play in the game, probably fine. Okay, so I play this, and he goes c4. And now I make three mistakes in the opening, starting with this one. And they just caused me to lose the game. So, yeah, starting with this. So here, I don't know why. I've done this before, too. But I'm just like, oh, I'm a Queen's Gambit accepted player. I should take that, and I get a Queen's Gambit accepted structure. But the problem with this move is, what am I doing? Okay, like in a normal Queen's Gambit accepted, okay, black plays c4 right now, and we take. And part of the reason that we're taking is because white cannot immediately recapture this pawn. So like, and then if they go e4, which is the most testing move, we literally try to hold on to it. This is the best way to play, even though it's also a little crazy. Like, I like to play this way. And there's an exchange sacrifice, but we have compensation for it. And I like this position. I just think it's interesting. I don't think it's better for black, but I think it's interesting. And okay, but anyway. So in the game, though, I mean, c4 is protected. And by taking, I get rid of my center pawn. So that's already very suspicious. And the knight, you know, he wasn't good on d2, but guess what? He's excellent on c4. So just a terrible move on my part. I have no clue why I did this. I think I played it quickly and just out of habit, I think. So interesting. But anyway, I need to learn from that. Okay, and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to play this like a Queen's Gambit accepted. e6, and then he goes a3. I guess stopping that check, which I really wasn't going to do anyway. So I went c5. I think that move is totally fine. It's not a good idea for white to take, because then I trade queens like this, and then I recapture. So he played e3, and now I play another bad move, a6. So yeah, and this is, again, it's like it's just an autopilot move. I don't know why I'm doing this. Like, so normally in the Queen's Gambit accepted, I do play this way, but here this plan makes no sense at all. First of all, I should just develop. Like that's the point of the opening, right? Like, develop your pieces and castle. I was just like talking to a student the other day about the importance of developing and castling as fast as you can, because I said the opening's like a race. Who can develop and castle? You know, for beginner players, I think that's a good approach. But I should take my own advice. Like why not just bishop e7 or something? Like, why not bishop e7 here? I think if I could play again, I would either play bishop e7 or knight c6 maybe. I would play like that. The other thing is, like, so this idea of a6, b5, and the Queen's Gambit accepted, it's with the point of gaining tempo. Usually it's a bishop on c4, and the bishop doesn't necessarily go to a better square when you do that. Here, though, we're going to push the knight to a very good square on e5, right? Like, that's a great square. And it makes it hard for me to develop my knight as well. In addition to that, why play a6? I don't even need to. Why can't I just go b5 now? And I could just go b5 now. I was analyzing this game with National Master Bill Wright from the Parma Chess Club, and he made all these same points that I'm sharing with you now. It all made so much sense to me, and I'm like, yeah, I know all this. Like, why did I play like this? I don't know. So I went a6. Okay, this is just a waste of time, complete waste of time. I should just develop. And then he goes knight f3, and I play my idea. I don't think b5 is good either. Probably also a mistake. I should just go bishop e7, I think is fine. Just bishop e7. And then, like, let's just say the game goes normal. Like, maybe he would come here on his own accord. Seems like a fair thing to do. But then maybe I just castle. And then maybe he goes here. I don't know about that. What about here? And then maybe, you know, I could try this, I guess. Now let's see what the engine says about all this. Yeah, it says positions just like equal, and white should just castle or go queen c2 or something. So, okay, yeah, this is how the game should have gone. Instead, we have b5, knight c to e5, and I play bishop e7, and I play this way all the time in the Queen's Gambit Accepted, but this is not the same at all, because now my opponent has a really strong move. So if you want to pause your video and find it, go ahead and do so now. Yeah, so once again, I tell my students all the time, I'm like, when a knight comes to the center, you should look at every single thing that knight is doing, because it could be doing something, it could be doing two things at once even. So make sure you look at every single thing and see if there's a threat. And here the knight's hitting f7 once, and if I would have stopped to look at that for 1 second, I might have seen that, like, oh wow, like my king's the only thing protecting that, and I'm not ready to castle yet. So instead of bishop e7, I would probably play like here or something, here or bishop e7, and that would be much better than what happened in the game, because in the game he played here. And this is just like, it's almost game over already. I mean, it pretty much is. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. At this point, I'm like, oh God, I blundered this. So I came up with some crazy idea to go here. And on bishop d2, I thought, ooh, b4, he can't take because I could take the rook. It's pinned. But actually, when the bishop goes to d2, the queen protects the rook. So that was wrong. So yeah, I just really messed this up big time. Yeah, I played bishop e7 in the game, and he just takes. That's a fork, check. I come back, he wants a rook. Okay, it's pretty much game over. I played the rest of the game out just looking for tactics or tricky moves. I could not find anything good. And here I was under a minute, and I eventually just get crushed. So I am crushed already. So that was this game. Unfortunately, it was just misplaying the opening, which I'm just shocked I did that, I guess. You know, like the last time I played against him, I actually went c5 here. Or wait. Oh, he didn't play exactly this way, but I mean, I could think about c5 now, or just protect the pawn. Like, why can't I just play e6? Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Even c6. Like, why not just protect the center? So I don't know. I tried to play a familiar structure, but in doing so, I was breaking principles, and that is something you shouldn't do in chess. So I paid dearly for that, but the next two games I'm much happier with. So I'll be back with the next one. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.